Hi, hello there. Welcome to my channel, Mace's Life, where in today's video, it's been a while, and that's mainly because I went over budget by quite a bit. And so I knew I was going over budget when I was doing the things that I was doing, and so I just decided to stop budgeting for the past 3 weeks. And so, yeah, that's where I've been. I've just been spending money, wasting money, and not budgeting. But that's going to lead us into today's video where we're going to go over my mid-month, so week 1, 2, and 3 of my August 2026 spending. So if you like my budgeting videos, please stick around, please like and subscribe, but we're going to go ahead and get into it. So here in the upper right hand corner I have my income. So this is my net income from my 9 to 5 job. The changes here from when I first created my budget was that I did receive a little bit of a stipend of $31.22. I did get a raise halfway through last month, and I have not seen that reflected on my paycheck just yet. It should be, I believe, $301 a month, but then when you subtract out taxes and then my increased retirement and contributions and whatnot, it should only be around $200, and I received it halfway through the month, so it's only going to be about $100 and something. I need to double check to see if that raise is starting July 17th or if it's starting August 1st, but hopefully I should start seeing that money on my next month's paycheck, and I will have to ask around to see, or maybe I could look at my last year's paycheck to see when do I start getting that raise. Is it the very next month, or do I have to wait until the new pay period? Yep, that's my income from my 9 to 5 job. Then from my second job that I work 5 to 9, no, I work my 9 to 5 from 7 to 3:30, and then my second job from either 4:30 to however late. It could be 11 o'clock at night, it can be 9 o'clock at night, just depends. And I've received 2 paychecks so far. I get paid every single week. On Monday is when I can see the payment hit my account as pending, but I get paid officially every single Tuesday. And I've received these 2 paychecks. I budgeted, and here you see the next line, my estimated pay. I budgeted to make $2,500 for the month. And so here I have in red $2,500 minus what I've already made. So I still have 2 more paychecks left to receive for the month of August. And I'm hoping that those 2 paychecks equal at least this $965. It should, but I was also sick. You can hear it in my voice. The past week-ish. I wasn't sick. It was more so I went to bed exhausted after working my 2 jobs, and I think I fell asleep with my mouth open right in front of the fan, and so it dried out my mouth and gave me a sore throat. Hopefully that's not TMI. But I am budgeting for $7,822.21 for the entire month. I should make more money than that, but I'm going to be on the cautious side and just budget for that amount of money. So now when I scroll down, we're going to look at my expenses, and you can see where I went over budget. So for subscriptions, didn't purchase any subscriptions, even though it's football season, and I typically will purchase a subscription to watch the games, but haven't yet, because it's just preseason. But for my personal and beauty section, so I am going to a quince next weekend on the 22nd, I believe. And so I, for some reason, just was like, let me buy all the dresses. So I believe I bought I know from Shein I bought 11 dresses. From TJ Maxx I bought 2 dresses. From Ross I bought another 2 dresses. Then I bought a bunch of different heels, 3 purses, and then I bought a lot of like hair products like conditioner from like TJ Maxx, so it was a good deal. It was 32 ounces of hair conditioner for only 20 bucks, and it was the good Joico brand. But I did not need 3 bottles of 32-ounce conditioner. I think it was 42 ounces. It's whatever the large bottle is. I did not need 3 of those. That's going to last me the rest of the year. So I could have spaced it out to fit my budget better. Because I can't return those. I can return the dresses. I've already worn the shoes. I've already taken the tags off of some of the purses. But I can return majority of the dresses. But I also like majority of the dresses. I don't want to return them. But I will. I'll return most of them. Maybe I'll have a video on the side showing all the different dresses that I've bought and received so far. But I know that there's 2 more dresses coming in the mail that I have not yet received. So, yes, I went over budget. I had only budgeted $125 for my personal beauty spending, and I actually spent $707 in my personal beauty spending. Buying a whole bunch of stuff and then returning it is not uncommon for me. However, I typically do that at stores either that I can go to, here in person, and then I receive that refund within 3 to 5 business days, or I do that for Amazon where I can receive the refund within 3 to 5 business days. This is my first time ever, I believe, shopping on Shein, and so I don't know how long it's going to take for me to receive that refund. So I now need to adjust my budget for this personal beauty spending. So I'm just going to go ahead and adjust it. I'm going to round it up to $710, which now, just foreshadowing, puts me over budget by $545. So I need to now adjust for that. Okay, so let's move forward, because the refunds that I'll get from this won't be until either the end of the month or the beginning of next month, maybe. I've never returned stuff on Shein. So, now moving to my parking and work category. I spent $100 on my public transit. I still have not submitted my transit reimbursement tickets since April of this year. So I have probably about $400 that I need to be reimbursed through my work. And reimbursements take about a month and a half to receive. And I need to get on that. Because I budget for the whole year. So if I, for instance, don't submit these stipends this year, or in time to receive the refund this year, which is still August, I still have plenty amount of time, it goes on my next year's budget. But I need to submit those. I've just been so busy at work. I have volunteered myself for a whole bunch of projects that were super stressful. And then on top of that, if you remember the coworker that I mentioned who was embezzling money that I thought wasn't going to get in trouble, turns out, no, he is in trouble. And that coworker I've kind of become friends with, so now I feel bad for them. But it's like, I can't feel bad for you. You were the one who was embezzling. But yeah. Anyways, I spent $100. I have not spent anything yet in these past 3 weeks. The first half of the month, I still have $25 left for if I need to pay for parking, or any work expenses outside of the $100. I highly doubt that I will, but I'm going to go ahead and just keep it for right now. Maybe I'll come back to it and adjust it lower. Alright, my rent and my car insurance came out on my payment week 1. My apartment utilities came out $190.05. Sounds about right. This amount that you see in week 4, that's just an automatic reoccurring payment. But we're just talking about week 1 through 3 right now. Alright, my smart electricity bill, $172.67. I already got an email saying that I'm on track to spend $222 for electricity to be paid next month. Yay. Alright, my phone bill, recurring expense, $72.69. Fun. So this was, I think, a couple days ago. I bought myself a singular ticket to a Chiefs Chargers football game in January. What day in January? I have no idea. It's a flex game. But I was like, you know what? It's $81. I think it was $96. And then after fees, it came to $99.60. I was like, I'll just buy it. And that's what was happening during this week when I was not budgeting. So I'm going to go ahead and adjust my budget. $100 for fun. So now I can't do anything fun for the rest of the month, which I have a quince to go to next week. So I don't know how I'm going to... Maybe I'll change it to $125. Okay. Alright. Now moving on to household. So I did have my cleaner come this month. I don't regret that at all. My house is amazing. Looks amazing. But I will adjust this down to $175 because I still need to pay for laundry because I don't have a laundry in unit. Okay, electronics. My Wi-Fi bill came out to $45.39, so reoccurring expense. Gas, I spent $54.70. I don't think I'll need to get that much gas the rest of this month, so I'm going to lower this down to $75. Perfect. Alright, gifts, $50. That's for the quince that I'm going to. And hopefully that's it. Food out. So almost every single day, you can see here, almost every single day in week 2 and week 3, I went out for dinner or for lunch or for something. And that's how I went over budget in my food out category. So I'm going to go ahead and let's see if I can make this $150. It still gives myself some money for the rest of the month, but I might have to work extra hours at my second job. We will see. Okay, tithing. Budgeted $225. I don't yet have the money for that $225, so I have not tithe or gave it to the church or gave it in any way. If I ever just so happen to get cash for one reason or another, I do give that. Because I used to, whenever I got cash, I would immediately buy a lottery ticket. So now my lottery ticket money is going to giving. So I feel better about that. Okay, applied to debt. $2,400 is what I budgeted. In week 1, I spent or sent over $1,800 to the principal alone. I will film my debt confessions video tomorrow and post that tomorrow. But I still have $472 left to send to debt. As you can see here, that would be perfect for my budgeting. I don't know if I'm going to do that. But I am more than on track with my financial goals, so this amount will lower it a little bit. What was it before? 240. Let's go 250. Okay, we'll see. I'll pick up a shift or two at my second job to hopefully not lower this too much, but I'm more than on track with my $20,000 debt payoff goal for this year. I'm on track to hit $25,000. So savings, I have an automatic payment of $250 that went to my high yield savings account week 1. And then a couple of days ago, I sent another $350 to my high yield savings account to save $600. Because my goal for the year is to save $3,000. And I'm nowhere near that. Okay, car maintenance. I totally forgot about car maintenance. I need to get an oil change. I need to replace my engine car filter. I need to, which I had bought that on Amazon and I can replace that myself. And then my car, I think either just hit or is about to hit 75,000 miles. And I know there's a bunch of maintenance for when your car hits 75,000 miles. But I will get to that at another time. Maybe next week, depending on how big my paycheck is. on Monday, tomorrow. Alright, travel, $0 on travel, but my parents did just buy me a ticket to go visit them in October. My mom's starting a business, and so her business has its grand opening October 10th, which is my cat's birthday, and it's also the day that I started this YouTube channel. Perfect, perfect. Love the day. But yes, so I'll be back home to visit them. But let's see, moving down to cats. Spent $103. That's barely over budget, so I'm just going to adjust that a little bit. Groceries, the budget is $75. I only spent $30. I still have a bunch of food in my fridge and freezer, so I'm going to lower this down to $50, just in case I want to buy something like potatoes. Like, I've got rice, I've got a bunch of canned and frozen vegetables, so I should be good. This should be mainly for if I want some fruit. Alright, health. So I had a $15 copay. I had my gym membership week 1. Week 2, I had therapy. Week 3, I had some medications from Costco to pick up. But as you can see here, this foreshadowing, week 4, I have therapy and my chiropractor with the joint chiropractor. And then week 5, I have therapy. Is that right? Let me look at a calendar. Okay, let's see here. I went to therapy last week on the 10th. So I'll need to go again on the 24th. Oh yeah, 31st. Okay, yeah, that sounds about right. Okay, so then I had my rent that came out, and I budgeted a little bit more for my rent because I've been here a year and a half and they haven't raised my rent yet, and everywhere else that I've lived, they always raise my rent every single year, so I just keep expecting my apartment complex to raise my rent, and they haven't. They've only ever raised my rent one time in the 4 years that I've lived here. So I'm going to adjust that down a little bit. Then for my retirement, again, I expected to contribute more to retirement because of my raise, but I didn't receive that raise yet. I don't know if it's going to come in a separate paycheck or if it just starts in September for, August. So I budgeted a little bit more for that, but since I didn't receive that raise just yet, I'm going to go ahead and adjust these numbers back down. Alright, and then I didn't take out any money in cash, and my interest payment, I'm going to lower that down to $45 because I only paid $44.71 in interest now that I've paid off that last credit card that I had that still accumulated interest. So, and then nothing for financial. That's stuff like taxes and any budgeting materials I need to buy. So I'm still over budget by $150. Now, I could make that in a day with my second job. Let me see here. If I bring in a calculator, my second job I make $16.90 an hour. Let's say I work, so I see 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 5 hours. Plus, let's say a bad week, slow weekday, it's like $50 in tips. If I just pick up one extra shift, next week I'm only scheduled to work 2 days, Tuesday and Thursday. If I do that, but do I want to do that? Or do I just want to adjust my budget lower? Adjust my budget lower. Alright, I'm going to keep my budget as is for right now. I'm a little bit over. I'm pretty sure I'm going to make more than $2,500 this month already, but I just want to be double sure, and if I won't make what I now need to make, which is $2,700, then I will next week have to come in and lower my budget in one of these categories. So that is it for this video. That is going to be the breakdown of my mid-month monthly spending. So thank you for following along. Again, I'm so sorry for not filming a video. It was simply because I knew I was doing wrong and I didn't want to like face the music sort of thing by looking at my budget. And so this morning I went through and I was like, wow, I spent this much. What did I buy? What did I eat? But yes, thank you so much for following along with my financial journey. My debt confessions video for August will be out tomorrow, so hit subscribe, click the like, leave a comment down below if you would like. And until that video, thanks for watching, and I'll see you next video. Bye-bye.